Hello, I'm Shauna Berry, and welcome to Support Local Everything from a Distance, the show where small, locally owned businesses in our community are given the opportunity to speak about the business that they own, as well as talk about how they've been affected by the coronavirus outbreak, otherwise known as COVID-19. The small mom-and-pop stores in our communities can sometimes be overlooked when it comes to big company chains, and these small locally owned businesses are usually the ones that are family-owned, built from the ground up, and are run by hardworking, dedicated people. We are now going to hear from Elijah for more on the subject.
Thank you, Shauna. Unlike large company chains, locally owned businesses are known for caring about the well-being of their employees as well as the satisfaction of their customers. By supporting these businesses, you are keeping families alive, as well as putting money back into your community and promoting local job growth. When it comes to sourcing, locally owned businesses make an effort to remain ethical and sustainable, so the customers end up with a greater, more genuine product or service. All this means is that ultimately, if you shop at local businesses, you will get your money's worth. For example, as opposed to, say, McDonald's, locally owned restaurants get their food products from local farmers. This means that the fruits and veggies are chemical-free, the meat is grass-fed, and the eggs are fresh from free-range chickens. By eating at local restaurants, you are not supporting corporations who already have plenty of money, but hard-working owners and employees. Think globally, buy locally. Back to you, Shauna.
Thank you, Elijah. All terrific reasons why we should be supporting these locally owned businesses in our community. Okay, we are now going to take a short break, and we'll get to hear from local businesses who have been affected by the coronavirus when we return. Welcome back to Support Local Everything from a Distance. So, as we know, due to quarantine, many businesses are forced to go on a hiatus for an undetermined amount of time. We're going to hear more on this from Julia, who was able to speak with the owner of a local karate studio in her area that has been affected by the coronavirus outbreak.
Thank you, Shauna. My name is Julia Falpel, and I'm here with
Andrew Falpel.
As you can tell by our names, this is my father. So we are following all CDC guidelines for this interview. So, could you tell us a little bit more about your studio?
Sure, welcome to our school. Kankaju Karate of South Jersey has been around since 2003. We're kind of a staple in the Collingswood community here on Haddon Avenue. And over the years, we've probably had 1,000 students pass through our school.
So what kind of classes do you offer here?
Sure, we primarily offer Shotokan karate classes, as well as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, Tai Chi, and self-defense primarily for women.
That's awesome. It sounds like you have a lot to offer.
We really do. We probably offer about 17, 18 classes a week.
Since you have such a wide variety of classes, could you tell us a little bit about your students?
Sure. Our students range from all ages. The youngest students are 4.5 years old, and we have a specific class just for 4.5 and 5-year-olds because obviously they're much more challenging than a room full of black belts. And that class is called the Tiny Tigers program. We offer it once or twice a week depending on the time of year, and it's session-based. We have all kinds of martial arts classes for adults and for young adults, where we do classes primarily Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Jiu-Jitsu classes, which is more ground grappling and self-defense, is offered 4 times a week on a normal basis, obviously not during our shutdown here. And then we have Tai Chi and other specialty classes that run session-based as well.
So, unfortunately, due to COVID-19, many businesses have had to close. When did you guys shut down, and how has the transition been? Has it been hard?
Sure. It has been a huge challenge. We shut down our dojo to public access on March 17th, so it's been a month. And during that time, we had to kind of reinvent ourselves. We've taken our business online through Zoom classes, and thankfully, because I think we've been supporting our community, they've turned around and supported us back. So we've maintained most of our students, and we're teaching classes and private sessions online now.
Through all this, do you have any idea of when you're going to reopen?
Well, I guess the good news is we are open. We're just open differently than we were before. So today with our classes, we have 6 classes a week. It's a fraction of what we used to have, but we are ramping up to offer more. Now, when we will again have on-site, personal, one-on-one and group training is a whole other question. I have a feeling that this will go on at least until the end of May. But then after that, the question will be, will people want to return to close proximity training? Things like jiu-jitsu, where you roll on the ground together, maybe on the shelf for quite a while, and I can see that going through potentially the end of the year. So when we do come back, I think it'll be both in-person classes with more social distancing and likely ongoing classes through Zoom.
Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
It's been my pleasure.
My name is Julia Faupel with Support Local Everything. Back to you, Shauna.
Thank you, Julia. So some local businesses have no choice but to close during this time, but some are able to stay open. We are going to hear from Jenna, who is able to speak with the owner of a local convenience store in her area via video chat.
Thank you, Shauna. Hello, I'm Jenna Evans, and in a moment we're going to go to a FaceTime recording with Andrew Clamo, who is the owner of Grub and Go. Thank you, Andrew, so much for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit about your store?
Yeah, my store is called Grab and Go Food Mart. I'm the owner of it. We offer a variety of various things: on-the-go food, lottery, ATM, U-Haul truck rentals, and so much more.
So how is your business doing during COVID-19? Do you think it's important to support these local businesses at this time?
Sales decline every day. We have like 2 customers that come in occasionally. I don't know how long we can withhold all these critical levels. Support the small businesses over the big businesses because it will keep us in business.
How do you think the coronavirus has affected your store?
We've been doing more online sales, trying to capture the customer that way. I would say it's working out kind of, and doing much more goodwill.
Have you had any change in the effect on how you run your store, social distancing, wearing masks, anything like that?
Yeah, to enter the store, you must be wearing a mask at all times, and you must be 6 feet away from everyone.
We wish you the best of luck, Andrew. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Jenna Evans, and now back to Shauna Berry.
Thanks for having me. Support local everything. You're really supporting local.
Thank you, Jenna. We are now going to take a short break. We have an interview with local musicians, as well as information on COVID and social distancing when we return.
We all miss shopping, going to social events, and partying.
But we can all contract and spread the virus, no matter how young or healthy you are.
Stop the spread.
Hello and welcome back to Support Local Everything from a Distance. So as we heard from both reporters, Jenna and Julia, this is a struggling time for local business owners. However, we mustn't forget the local artists who put so much passion and time into their work. Due to social distancing, gigs are being canceled, which is affecting artists' source of income. We are now going to hear from Dina, who is able to speak with some local musicians, as well as talk about how they have been affected by the coronavirus outbreak.
Thank you, Shauna. I'm Dina Folgia, and I'm here now with Rob and Danny from Pillow Fort. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to interview you. Tell us a little bit about your band.
Howdy, I'm Danny. Thank you for having us. We're Pillow Fort. We're a 6-piece. We're based in DC, and we play dancey, fun pop music.
So would you say that playing in this band is a sort of passion of your guys?
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We've been doing it for a long time now, and it's definitely been our passion project for 4 or 5 years.
Right about, yeah.
Yeah.
So what sort of venues do you guys play at?
We play a lot of house show venues, basically people's basements, living rooms, wherever they can fit. Those are my personal favorite types of shows because you have a really intimate feel. You connect with the audience, they're like right there and with you. We also play like smaller like venues, like bars and clubs and dedicated spaces.
So do you guys have a favorite song of yours or an individual favorite song that you want to plug here?
As for stuff we already have, I would say Get Real is probably my favorite song, or 3 Big Greens. Those are my 2 faves.
So in your guys' opinion, is it important for people to support local artists during this time and to sort of attend the venues that support the artists?
Oh my God, absolutely. I think supporting any local artist, especially during this time, because like nobody can really go outside right now or perform and do their art that they are really trying to do during all of this. So I think the fact that like their art is still available and like music is still available online and they're putting out all of this great content, I think you really do need to show your appreciation for all of that, and really just help them out and make sure that when all of this is over, they'll be able to transition back normally as easily as possible.
Like live shows, live gigs are kind of like the lifeblood of the music industry. And that's especially true for smaller bands. So you have to really put in the work and like grind and play as many shows as you possibly can. I know from our personal experience, that's how we've made all of our best fans and how we've connected with the most people, is just playing shows and having a good time at those shows. So it's definitely a huge challenge. People have adapted by moving over to like live streamed shows where people are just, in their house playing an acoustic guitar or something, but they're streaming it to their followers. It remains to be seen how well that works, like building new following, or if you're just kind of like engaging your old following. But either way, I would encourage everyone to do what they can right now to help out local and small-time musicians and artists. Join or watch the streams, donate if they have things to donate to, listen to their stuff on Spotify and stuff like that.
So how have you guys been affected by this coronavirus outbreak, and how has your band sort of adapted to that?
The first thing is that we're not all together writing music or just working on stuff. So that's a kind of a challenge. Like I said, there's the live streams that have been going on, and I have done a few of them since I am the singer of the band. I have been able to just like do a few acoustic sets on Instagram Live. Hopefully going to do some more before this is over. But everything's kind of on pause, at least like progression wise. Because like I said, it makes it really hard. We can't really record music. We can't really collaborate writing music, that kind of thing. So it makes it a bit harder.
So do you guys have anything last minute that you want to say before we close up the interview?
Wash your hands. Don't go outside. Support all of your local musicians and all of your favorite bands. And please wash your hands.
Second
that. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time. Stay safe. I'm Dina Folgia with Support Local Everything. Back to you, Shauna.
Thank you, Dina. It's so nice to hear from artists in addition to the many, many locally owned businesses that are struggling during this time. With all the chaos of social distancing, cleaning, and doing what it takes to stay as healthy as possible, we might all be wondering, what is the coronavirus? And what can we do to stay as safe as possible during this time? Let's hear more on this from Joseph.
Thanks, Shauna. So what is the coronavirus? According to the New Jersey Department of Health, coronavirus is a common type of virus that affects the respiratory tract. However, sometimes a new type of coronavirus emerges. The coronavirus we're dealing with today is called COVID-19, and it's affecting people the first time, so humans don't have an immunity to it. It's causing an outbreak of respiratory illness and brings many new safety precautions to protect people from getting it. When it comes to social distancing, you should stay home. If you are sick or have been in contact with anybody who has the virus, stay home unless you are leaving to get medical care. Even if you are not sick, you should stay home unless you're an essential worker. The virus is spread from person to person, so avoiding social interactions is very important. If you must leave the house, it is important to remember the rule of staying at least 6 feet apart at all times. You should also wear a mask and or gloves to better protect yourself. Social distancing prevents the spread of the virus, and it will flatten the curve of anybody affected by it. To stay safe and healthy, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and hot water, cover all coughs and sneezes into your elbow, and clean any frequently touched surfaces with disinfectant or any household cleaning products. Take vitamins that help boost your immune system, like vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and elderberries. For more information, visit www.cdc.gov/coronavirus. It is important to help educate yourself more on the virus to better protect yourself and your loved ones from getting it. Back to you, Shauna.
Thank you, Joseph. It is important for us to understand COVID-19, the importance of social distancing, and know how to stay safe and healthy. Staying informed will keep us alert, help flatten the curve, and may calm any anxieties that we may have. Okay, guys, we're going to take another short break. When we return, we'll learn how to make homemade masks, as well as learn just exactly how we can support local businesses from a distance.
All right, honey, coming over now. See you soon. Bye. Where are my condoms? Whatever, I just won't wear one.
Not so fast, kid. Condom man here. You should always wear a condom to prevent unwanted pregnancies and protect yourself against STDs.
Wow! Thanks, condom man.
Don't mention it. Remember, kids, always practice safe sex.
Hello and welcome back to Support Local Everything from a Distance. We are fortunate enough to get to hear from Tara Fappel, a nurse at Penn Medicine who is going to show us a quick, fun, and easy way to make homemade masks.
Hi, my name is Tara Fappel, and I'm a registered nurse at Penn Medicine in Philadelphia. With today's pandemic of COVID-19, when you go out in public, it's recommended that you wear a mask or a covering over your face. Since not everyone has access to a surgical mask, you can make face coverings with things that you just have around the house. What you will need is a standard bandana, 2 ponytail holders, and a coffee filter. So to make this mask, you're going to flip the bandana over, fold to the center, and fold to the center again. Place your coffee filter in the middle, fold to the center, and then fold to the center again. Now you'll take your ponytail holders, you'll slip one around one end, and you'll slip one around the other end. Then take those ends and fold them into the center. Now place the mask over your face and hook the ponytail holders over your ears. It's a perfect homemade mask that's quick and easy. Another thing that you can use that a lot of people have around the house is what's called a buff. A lot of people use them in their hair like a headband. So you can just take that, slip it over your head, and pull it up on your face. Another quick, easy way to make a homemade mask. And that's all for today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Julia, and thank you, Mrs. Fappel. Not only was that quick and easy, but it's a fun way to stay busy during quarantine. I know many of us out there are already bored during quarantine, myself included, and they're probably wondering, how can I support local businesses in my area while still obeying quarantine protocols? Let's hear more on this from Dina.
Thank you, Shauna. Now let's talk a little bit about how you can help local businesses during this trying time. Many restaurants are still making it possible to serve food by only offering takeout service, delivery, or Grubhub. Don't forget about your local restaurants because they are still available to serve you even if you can't take a seat in their establishment. This ensures that local restaurants still have income coming in while their doors are closed. Some local businesses are getting creative and staying open by selling homemade gloves and masks. Homemade products last longer, are made with love, and you are keeping businesses afloat by supporting them in this way. Some establishments might also sell prepackaged masks. If they do, you have to make sure that they are reusable or washable so that you can continue to keep yourself and your family safe. You're also able to help your local businesses while also practicing social distancing by pre-ordering your products. When you do, make sure to pick them up while remaining 6 feet apart, have the business owners leave them by the door so you can pick them up quickly and safely, and wear gloves and a mask to stay safe. Local artists are also in need of help at this time. Many of them are out of work while studios and venues are closed, so you can support them by ordering their merch, having an artist commission you a piece, buying their art online, or promoting their music, their art, or their services. Following some of these guidelines can ensure that local businesses are able to reopen to the public once the quarantine is over. Your community will thank you. Back to you, Shauna.
Thank you, Dina. I know with a decrease in sales and a lack of customers, these local businesses could really use our help. And I'm glad there's a way to do so while still remaining safe. We are now going to take one more short break. More when we return.
Have you ever felt unsafe while walking on a company or college campus? Emergency blue lights might put you at ease. Emergency blue lights are pylon poles that provide quick access to emergency services. You can find them strategically placed around campuses with the word assistance written on the side. If in need, approach the blue light and press the red button to contact the dispatcher. Public safety will be notified of your location, and the blue light at the top of the pole will begin to flash. Simply explain the nature of your situation, and emergency services will be on their way.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, it looks like that's the end of today's show. We really learned a lot today. We learned about the coronavirus, the importance of social distancing, and how to stay safe and healthy during this time. I'd like to give a special thanks to everyone who helped create Support Local Everything. Thank you to everyone who took the time to appear on our show. And thank you to you, the viewer. Thank you for watching Support Local Everything. Have a beautiful day.